It's the season premiere of Law & Order Special Victims Unit here on AfterBuzz TV. We are talking season 21, episode 1. That was 2. Dang it. I'm going to make you a star. Stick around.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
That's right, we're great at counting here at AfterBuzz TV. I'm so excited. Thank you for joining us. I'm Yael Tygiel. I'm joined by Ms. Taylor Gates.
Hello! I'm so excited. Let's do it. Let's kick it all off.
Season 21!
That's insane. I read a tweet that's like SVU, when the New Year's hits, will have been on for, is it 4 decades? Yeah, 4 decades. Because the 90s, the
1990s,
2000s, the 10s, and then 2020.
Oh, man.
That's going to be crazy.
That is crazy. For those who are just joining us for the first time, welcome. Let us tell you a little bit about how we do things here. If you find yourself in a situation where you need help, if you've been assaulted, please reach out for help. Please call RAIN. That number is 1-800-656-4673. 1-800-656-4673. 4673 spells hope. So please give them a call. Also, sometimes the stories go pretty dark, and therefore we need to make light. And we will sometimes make jokes that might be considered less appropriate, less sensitive. And so you should be warned going into it that that's going to happen here.
Yeah, most likely.
Yep.
Thank you.
Perfect. Let's jump into where we're starting our new season.
Yeah.
Carisi has a surprise party.
He sure does.
Because he's leaving SVU.
But not the show.
Not the show, just the team.
Unit.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Thank God. I just wanted
Accurate.
to leave.
I didn't... When it was happening, I was like, this better be what we all think it is.
Right.
Which I think is very clever, right? Like, they've been planting the seed of Carisi.
He's going to law school.
He's been going to law school, and he shadowed Barba. So it makes sense because we needed someone, and they didn't cast anyone over the summer.
Right. Yeah, that would have been... I was like, I wonder whose like party it was, because I didn't quite understand that it was Carisa's at first. Like, I thought it might have been Dodds's or something.
Oh, Papa Dodds?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I don't know that Benson would put effort into...
Okay.
Bye, Dodds!
I don't know. I mean, they were kind of like chummy in this episode.
Yeah, but the way that it ends shows you that she wouldn't throw him a party.
I mean, you got a point.
So, Carisi, as of midnight, is going to be in the district attorney's office under the new bureau chief, Vanessa Hadid.
Hadid.
Oh, Hadid.
Hadid.
By the end of this episode, Dodds is being relocated to Staten Island. He is going to be on the Traffic and Pedestrian Safety Task Force.
Oof, like, what a, like, oof.
Yeah.
Ouch.
It's we've heard a lot from the other cops, like, you don't want to be back in uniform. You don't want to be, given parking tickets. That's what Dodds is doing.
Poor guy.
Yeah, he's getting promoted? Moved?
I think that it's
Transferred?
probably... Here's what I think it is. I think they're like, oh, we're just moving you. But, like, everyone knows it's a demotion.
Right, I think maybe he got, like, a title promotion.
But, like, the area's like, oh.
Right. And it's because they're not sure he can work with the DA's office, which we'll get more into when we go over the plot. And then at the end of the episode... We have the big news that we've been waiting for 21 seasons. Captain Benson.
Woo!
Yes.
I love that.
It was a condition of his exile. That's very sweet of him.
I loved that.
Yeah, it made me think this. When we first met him, he was not on our team's side.
Yeah.
Right? He was on the side of his boss.
Right.
And the people that he worked with. And then, now that the people he works with is our team, and there are new people in charge, he's on our side.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is my dissection of him as a person, is the kind of guy who, like, takes the side of the person he knows best.
Yeah, I can see that.
Rather than who's right.
Mm-hmm. And it shows, I don't know, it just shows his sort of character development, which I appreciate too. Because, yeah, he very much was not, like, on our team before. And so it was really, it was cool to see it, like, come full circle and be like, he, like, really stuck up for her, and, like, I don't know, I really appreciated that.
I did, too. I wonder if, like, Benson had left and someone else came in as captain, he'd now be on Hadid's side. Like, he doesn't seem like he cares what's right. It's when you have friends who break up, and you have to pick a side, you go with the one that you're closer with.
Right.
Not who's right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but come on, we know our team's always right anyway. So
that's not the point.
Whatever. It is the point.
It's not the point. All right. So those are the new roles and promotions going in and throughout this episode. Let's start at the beginning. We meet with Sir Tobias Moore. That is guest star Ian McShane.
What a name.
It's such a good name, and I like that they call him Sir Toby.
Right?
Yes.
Oh, gosh.
I love it.
Of PicFlix.
Of PicFlix.
Which sounds like...
so subtle.
It's like a scammy website, too, which I love. It's like a seriously knockoff Netflix. Like we'll give your computer virus to Netflix. Is that what I think of when I think of PicFlix?
PicFlix sounds like, yes, it sounds like the not that I partake because I pay for cable TV and all the apps, but I know that there are Russian streaming sites.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It sounds like something that's going to have some weird pop-ups that you never wanted to see.
Right.
You're going to have to take this to the Apple Store in about 2 days. Like PicFlix, I don't know. Something suspect about that.
When you finish streaming your episode, you close it and it's just porn
Yes,
ads.
100%. That is PicFlix.
PicFlix. All right, so he is there with this young woman, Pilar. He excuses his assistant, and this moment I went, I've seen this episode.
Yeah.
It is season 13, episode 13, Father's Shadow.
Yeah. That's exactly what I thought of, too.
It was almost exactly the same. So they're going to do an audition. She's a little stiff. Let's have a drink. I was like, really? God, did no one see that episode?
Right, but I feel like this episode was inevitable for this show. Just because of everything that happened, like the Harvey Weinstein case.
Right.
Like, I feel like I knew this episode was coming.
Yeah, but we already had this scene.
Yeah, this scene for sure. Like, it went a little bit different, when we kept going, but I just feel like that. Like, I knew this episode was going to happen this season.
So, Pilar comes into the station. She says he made me take off my blouse. Right away, his hands were all over me. She immediately discloses the assault. She's trying to leave town, but Finn convinces her to do a controlled meet. When we get into our special segments later, I will tell you a little bit about the controlled meet situation.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to.
Because of the ripped from the headlines aspect of this. So Sir Toby invites her to his hotel suite, and she's like, will you force yourself on me again? And then he was like, is this a shakedown? Love it. Perhaps, probably.
Maybe.
So then Carisi's all butthurt because he didn't know that they were doing a controlled meet. I think that this episode really, really established that, like, he's not part of the team anymore.
Yeah, it's like the weird growing pain aspect of it, and, Olivia's like, well, he's from us at least, and Dad's like, he was, but he works here now, like at not your place. Like,
right.
He's definitely not, but people still kind of treat him like he is.
Right.
So it's definitely that, like, weird transitionary period, which I'm glad that we got to see, because we've never really seen that on the show before.
Yeah, we've never had this situation where somebody leaves the team to become part of the DA team.
Yeah, that's cool. It's like a cool, different direction, instead of just bringing in some rando.
Yeah, I liked it. I like that we did this.
I did too.
So he's mad and has to run their idea to arrest Sir Toby by his boss Hadid. I really like this part as well because he's so used to being part of their team and he does what they would tell him to do. So now he's like, no, you're not my boss.
Right.
I can't just do what you say anymore.
And he's so new that I feel like he's confident in his skills, but I also think he's like, when you start a new job, you're like, I just want to make sure this is, like, the right thing to do.
Absolutely.
So I felt for him.
So word comes down not to arrest Sir Toby, and then we see Hadid on Good Morning New York City.
Yeah, being a little snake.
She's like, time's up. We're aggressively pursuing predators. Because she's
Sounds fake, but okay.
Yeah, it's also, her new title is the Manhattan New Special Victims Bureau Chief, which is, I think, a new department that they're starting. It sounds like after everything that's happened, they decided we're going to start this department, which kind of explains how we get Carisi in there. Because he did pass the bar, but has no lawyer experience.
Right.
So Benson asks if they can arrest. She's like, the victims wasn't prepped and didn't get us a good confession. So then it seems like it's some sort of turf war. Dodds is like, can we get a warrant to search the office? She's like, I can get you a subpoena for Pilar's audition tape. It really, every time they try to do something, they're getting shut down. by a woman who literally was just saying, we're aggressively pursuing predators.
Something about the delivery of, like, everything she says to him, like, this is not real. Like, I just never believe anything she says.
Yeah, well, I mean, later when we see her on the tape also, I'm like, this woman is not on our side.
Yeah.
Why are we still dealing with this?
But even before that, I'm just like, she doesn't seem genuine to me. Like, she's not sincere.
So Benson goes to Sir Toby. I love when they do this kind of thing.
Me too.
She's like, you've been targeting a shakedown. I'm here to get your side. I like that.
It's such a rookie mistake by him, too. Just leaving his glass there. I'm like, come
Right.
on. Are you
Yeah.
stupid? Are you stupid?
It reminded me of last season when... Oh, I don't remember his name. The guy from Bosch.
Yeah.
With the gross beard.
When he takes it.
When he's like, if you wanted my DNA, you could have asked.
Yeah.
Like, and he was like, I see that the busboy took my cup and didn't touch it. Mm-hmm. So, like, why isn't, Sir Toby that smart?
That's what I was saying. I was like, come on. Like, do you think she's just at a bar just like, she's getting something out of it.
Nope, the almost new captain decided, I'm going to take you to a bar to
You know what I'm
going
going to do? Yeah, no, it's clearly for DNA, and I was proud of myself for calling that. From the first second, I was like, that glass?
Good job.
That is staying at that restaurant. Let me tell you that much.
So, Judge Barth shows up. She's representing Sir Toby. For those who don't remember... Judge Barth was involved in season 20, episode 15, Brothel, which is the one where the other judge was taking women who had addictions and making them prostitutes.
Yep.
She was the one who helped with that. So she stepped down after that happened. I love that we're connecting last season to this season.
Same. And I love it when we just don't have random new lawyers. Like, I like that this episode, it's like we're playing with the pool of characters we already have instead of just, like, throwing new people in.
Yeah, absolutely. So she brought the audition tape. It has 5 other women who audition. All of these blur the line between direction and coercion. I think that's a really interesting concept and something that should be discussed better.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I mean, that's a conversation that's happening in real time, in real life, too.
Yeah, I would like to see more of that. So they check out the previous victims. One already signed an NDA and was I need
to say a line that I thought was the most savage thing.
Go on.
Judge Barth goes, from the looks of it, she's a much better actress with you than she is on camera. I was like, whoa, that's just like an insult in so many ways.
It really is.
That was a pretty savage line. Sorry, continue.
No, that's great. So we're going to find these other victims. They all have the same story, but no one wants to testify. Or one, I really like the one who just was like, I can't say anything. And they're like, why? And she goes, I can't tell you why.
Yeah.
And they're like, did you sign an NDA? I can't admit to that. I've been in positions where I'm like, I can't do this. Because, sometimes you're not allowed to do things, but if you say I'm not allowed to do this, someone gets that you can do it.
I really can't talk to you about this, okay? Like, I really can't.
Right. So then we meet Gemma, who we've seen before. This actress was in season 17, episode 6, Maternal Instinct.
Yeah, I was like, she looks real familiar.
It's the episode with Rollins' mom and Kim and the flautist.
So good.
Great episode.
Love me some Rollins family drama.
I know you do.
I really do.
I thought you'd appreciate that.
Thank you.
So Gemma gives us specific details. She's consistent. She hasn't worked with him since. And she has the dress from the assault.
Yeah.
Weird thing to say, but I love it when they keep their clothing.
Yeah.
Because, you're not thinking, but inside you have a little voice going, you're going to want to hold on to
even
this.
subconsciously.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, I got to, put this away.
Right.
But, hold on to it.
So Dodds then tells us not to call the DA's office until we have Sir Toby's DNA. Well, we got it. And he's like, well, when he matches, arrest him. And then he says, don't call Hadid. This is the moment where we clearly he's choosing our team over the DA's office. But also, this is kind of the first time he's, been on our side.
Yeah, he's like, let's break the rules. Whatever.
At this point, I was like, oh, he can stay.
Right. Yeah.
So they go, he mentions we don't need to call Hadid. I think this part was one of my favorite lines. He says, we're NYPD. We arrest people all the time without the DA signing off.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a really good point.
Exactly. They do not need to go through all these hoops.
Right. I get that, it's a big case. It's very, what's the word I'm looking for?
Like high profile.
High profile. Thank you.
This is why we co-host.
Yep, this is why we do it. It's a very high profile case. So they, I get that they need the DA, but like, they're also cops.
Right.
Criminals, you arrest them.
Yeah, like, stay out of it. You're the law part. We're gonna be the order part.
All right. I think it's the other way around.
Okay, maybe. Yeah.
I don't know. So Dodds is like, be arrest him at home because we don't want the press to find out before we call Hadid. I appreciate that. Sir Toby gets arrested. Barth is called. He's like, and the rest of them. Okay.
All right.
We get it. All of your lawyers. So then when he's he's getting put into the little jail cell, he says to Finn, this part was so good.
I agree.
He says, Black Sergeant working in the old boy network of NYPD. I bet you've got some stories to tell.
Not for you.
Because he also tried to pull that on a Benson.
Yeah, he's a snake. And he's like, nothing I love more than watching a beautiful woman make the biggest mistake of her life. Like, shut up.
First of all, gross.
Yeah.
That really tells me that...
He's just such, like, a slimy dude.
Yeah, but think about those words for a second.
Yeah.
Nothing... Read it again.
Nothing as funny as watching a beautiful woman make the biggest mistake of her life.
So
what?
any woman who has chosen to sleep with him is funny?
Pretty much.
Making the biggest mistake of her life?
I mean, you're not right.
Thank you. So the judge arrives. She points out that they disregarded protocol. And he's like, did they? Why is that? I like this. I thought this was going to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Because, like, she's pointing out that this is not how things are done. And he's like, interesting, which makes me think that he's like, the wheels are turning in his head of how to, like, play this. But he doesn't. So then we find out a number of other women have come forward with additional accusations. And he says, it sounds like a Me Too witch hunt. I'm glad we have some of the same quotes this time.
Yeah, we did. Because I'm just like, that's like, ooh, that hits too hard. Because people say that all the time in real life. And I hate it. But I love that they're bringing, like, real quotes into the episodes. Reflecting.
The thing is, not to make a generalization, but it seems to me when someone says, this is a Me Too witch hunt, it's because they're being attacked because they did something wrong.
Yep. I would agree with that sentiment.
Generally, when you feel that way, it's because you're feeling defensive because you did something wrong and you know.
Yeah, I would say that's pretty.
Not to generalize, but generally.
Not to generalize, but to generalize a bit.
Yes, to generalize. Benson gives him some of the details. He figures out that it's Gemma, and he's like, how the hell did they get to her? I want more on that.
I know.
Like, did he hide her? Was she hidden? I'm confused. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because it does seem like there's more to it that we're not looking at.
Right.
So Hadid's mad. She goes to Carisi, and she's like, your friends didn't give you a heads up. Why shouldn't I fire you? That moment, I, as Carisi, would have been like, you should be fired.
Yeah.
You can't speak like that.
No. Yeah. Just chillax.
And then she says, the main reason I hired you is because of your relationship with them.
Yeah, another red flag.
Right. I don't want you as my boss. That's like being like, I hired you because we needed a woman on the staff.
Right.
No.
That's like befriending someone so you can befriend with their friend.
Right.
Like, that's never something that feels good to hear.
Yeah. Even if it's true, you keep that inside.
Yeah, no, you don't let that stuff fly.
Sorry, did I accidentally reveal that I'm a manipulative bitch? Is that what she just said?
Seriously though.
So he points out, well, you weren't really serious about pursuing the case. So, and then he says there's a pattern, there's at least a dozen women. And he points out that, like, he can't be on her team and expect them to give him information if she's not going to then let them do their jobs.
Right. Why would he ever tell her anything?
Right. So Gemma then speaks, reveals or says, is coerced to say that he's a mentor, that Sir Toby's a mentor and a friend.
And we have to talk about something.
Talk to me.
I'll tell you my Twitter handle at the end of this, but there's a screenshot where it's so awkward that she looks so awkward on TV. She looks like a sim. She's just standing there, no emotion on her face, just chilling. And I'm like, this looks like Photoshop. Like, it looks like it's in some weird sci-fi movie. I'll retweet it again so you guys can all see it. But and let me just tell you, I actually did a mini poll and be like, am I tripping or does she look like a sim? 92% of people agree with me. So be on the lookout for that because it was one of the weirdest shots I've ever seen in SVU history.
I genuinely think, thank you.
Bizarre.
I genuinely think the idea was that she's supposed to be uncomfortable and separate from them.
Well, they did a great job with that then.
My issue with that whole part is just from like a camera angle standpoint. We are both speaking to camera. No one needs to step forward to do so. It's weird.
It's odd.
I don't know why
that whole thing was just like a lot for me to watch.
Anyway, sorry. I apologize if all of a sudden I was really large on screen or blurry or out of focus.
Our viewers love that.
Okay. All right. So, Rollins mentions that she wouldn't be the first victim to start a relationship with a rapist to regain some sort of control. I wanted more on that. I keep saying this, but like, they plant all these little seeds in the episode. Like, that's a whole episode we could do. Mm-hmm. And I hope we do this season.
Yeah, I would agree.
Carisi stops by, says he notices, Sorry. I was like, what did my notes say? Carisi stops by. He looks up at the statement that they're making, and it's the same room that Pilar was in her audition. Mm-hmm. He notices the couches are different. We find out that the assistant supervised a delivery of the couches.
I do want to point out
that
I knew that couch was coming back. Did you?
No, why?
Oh, I did. I don't know, because she made a point to be like, he did it all over the lamp and all over the couch, and I'm like, ooh, something's gonna go on with that furniture then, because it was very specific.
Interesting.
So I'm glad that I was really on top of things.
Good job.
Thank you.
I love it. So the cleaning crew then comes in after they get a new couch, followed by his team of attorneys, followed by Hadid.
Mic drop.
This better come back into play.
Oh, it's got to. That's way too big of a thing for it not to.
Right. Like, why is she... Anyway, so they turn the assistant, Cindy, because she's essentially an accessory to rape and destruction of evidence. Mm-hmm. And Benson points out that we need somebody new for this case.
We sure do.
So they call Vice. Yeah, they do. All right. This is where we meet Kat Tamine. Oh my goodness.
Love.
Okay. So Benson's like, we're asking. And she's like, I watched the tapes. I read the DD5s. Do I need to check out this other thing?
I love that she's just playing basketball too. I'm like, what? Like, just so much swag. So cool. Love that character introduction.
So she says, what's the play? She's an aspiring actress. She's thrilled to meet him, maybe an audition. And to see what happens. She's like, isn't that the rap he just beat? And Finn points out he can't help himself, and she's like, Junkie's got to score. So they've wired the hotel, and the assistant is cooperating. And they promise to pull her out before it gets too rough. And she says, do you have it? Because I got it.
What's her signal word?
No, before that.
Sorry. No, go for it.
So they're like, we'll pull you out before you get too rough.
Oh, right.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
I want to make sure you got him. Let him rough me up, rip my blouse. I'll signal when you can come in. I can take care of myself.
I love it.
I was like, ooh.
Boss move right there.
All right, so Kat goes in for her audition.
Can I just say?
Yes.
I'm obsessed with the scripts they wrote for these movies.
It's the same stupid script.
No, because one of them is about someone coming back from war. This one is, when I look at you, I don't see the wheelchair. I see the man that I love.
I think it's the same movie.
Actually, maybe.
It's the same one. He just came back from war. He was injured.
That's true. It's so bad, though, and I'm so obsessed with it.
I think at some point it was pointed out that it's the same script.
Yeah. It's just maybe different parts of it.
Yeah.
So funny.
So bad.
It's the worst movie. And I want to see it.
But I also, he's been auditioning these women for this role for,
So long.
So long. I don't think this crappy movie's coming out.
Well, I don't know.
All right, so he says to her, "You're too green for the lead. There's another role. It's vital to the story."
Well, she's a whore.
She's a whore. He's like, "Let's improvise a little." Honestly, I don't know if you've ever done improv. I used to be on an improv team here in LA, and what they did is not improv.
No.
So he pushes her against the wall. She's like, "No, stop." Her nose and stops.
No.
We're like, that was her bad acting.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Just so good.
Because like she could take him.
Exactly. Oh my gosh.
Oh. So then he puts his hand around her throat. And then I think she can't breathe.
Yeah.
And Finn asks, "How long do we wait for this to go on?" And Benson's like, "Just go."
Her signal word, though,
Yes.
being bastard, her idea. I thought that was so good.
The part that really, really solidified my love for this new character is when she says, "I had it. Why'd you rush in?"
Yeah. Well, you were being choked
Right,
out.
you couldn't breathe. I had it covered.
I'm obsessed.
I mean,
She's reckless, which I like.
I love it. So then they arrest Toby. We have your favorite line?
What is it? Sorry.
Do we not have your favorite line?
I don't think so.
Okay. My favorite line of the entire episode, "You really are a stupid
Oh,
bitch."
right. That is your favorite one.
Who said, "How dare you speak that way to Benson?"
Right.
I loved it.
And also, I don't.
You didn't like it?
No, I did, but I'm just like, shut up. Shut up.
Yep. So Benson and Rollins attend Carisi's first arraignment. And then when they walk through this hallway full of victim signs, it says "Me Too," it says "Sir Toby raped me." That is the, season 21.
Yeah.
I was like, welcome to this season. It's so moving and so powerful. Just this, because they're all quiet.
Yeah.
It's so powerful and beautiful.
Which, I will say, we've kind of seen this on the show a couple
Yes.
times, but every time I get chills. I get goosebumps every time.
It really, we definitely have seen things like this. There's, one of the great ones is outside Hudson U, where everyone's outside the dean's office.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is it's season 21. These stories are more relevant than ever.
Yeah.
This literally keeps happening. Then Hadid holds a press conference and is grateful to the NYPD.
Shut up. That's just my whole motto throughout this whole episode. Shut up.
Yeah. All right, let's head into our Ripped from the Headline segment.
Yes, please.
Yeah, that's right. For those who've been living under a rock, this episode was very, very clearly ripped from the Weinstein.
What?
Yeah, this is very clearly the Weinstein headline. The controlled meat.
Oh, yeah, I don't know about this.
So there is an audio recording of a, I believe, 22-year-old model who was assaulted by Weinstein, who went to the police, who they asked her to have a controlled meet, and it was released in 2017. You can Google it. I literally Googled, because I was like, I know I remember there was a recording. I think there was another recording. I don't know if it's the same one or not, but I remember hearing a recording. So I think that you should Google it. If you Google controlled meat Weinstein or audio recording Weinstein, these are available for you to listen to. It's gross. It's so gross. But if you want to hear them, they're available.
And did it help the actual case?
I believe so.
Okay, cool.
So this is for Ripped from the Headline. Usually when a story is ripped from the headline, we'll tell you the story. But I'm pretty sure you all know it.
Yeah.
And it's long and detailed. But before we move on, I want to thank everybody for joining us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to everyone who is live in our chat. I see Ashley Hoover. This is your first time joining us. Welcome to the SVU After Show.
Thanks for coming, Ashley.
Yeah, thanks for coming to the season 21 premiere.
Woo!
Done in December.
You know, we do things different here.
Yeah, we do. Thank you to Lizette and Alice who are here with us as well. Alice asked if we know if McCoy is still the DA.
No, Lizette
Nope.
asked.
What did I say?
Alice, I think.
Lizette. I can read. Lizette, when I hear the name Lizette, all I can think of Lizette was Ellie Porter's name when she was working. And I can only think of Donald Logue doing his terrible accent, being like, Lizette, what a beautiful name. It is a really pretty name, but all I can hear is
But we're
him
not
saying
going to
it.
tolerate any Donald Logue slander.
I love Donald
He's
Logue.
great.
I love him.
He's wonderful.
I love that
Bring
he
him
does that
back.
accent. Yeah.
Bring him back.
Look, if we don't get him back this season, to me...
I feel like we are. I think
Rollins,
that...
I think it's been confirmed.
Yeah.
But Rollins' other baby should meet her sibling's father.
Agreed.
And then also Alan Donnell should...
And then also
battle it out.
Amanda's other family.
Yes.
Because they're wild.
She should have like a big family thing.
Wait, I'm so here for it.
Okay.
Just make it like a half-hour comedy for just 1 week.
I also want to say Alice pointed out, love that Carisi is such a detective noticing the couch. That's true.
Yeah, and quiet so much louder than yelling, which like the I think she's referring to
To
the
the
courtroom
signs,
scene, which
yeah.
I so agree. It was so powerful.
Yes.
That it was all just like
Yes.
the signs spoke for it, their presence spoke
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah. I really enjoyed this episode. I thought it was a good premiere. I think it was a good way to start our season, even though it very clearly just took that other scene that we already saw.
Yeah.
Fine. Let's tell everybody about our poll.
Let's do that. So I
Yes.
actually have the results of last week's poll as well.
Which is
or
from-
2 weeks ago, sorry.
An episode a long time ago.
Yes.
Or in the future, depending on how you're watching
Yeah.
these episodes.
Well, it's from 2109, and which is can't be held accountable. So this was what's your favorite episode with a Mad Men guest star, because there's been so many on
yeah.
here. And it was so close, like within 1% of each other for second, third, and fourth.
Wow.
So in fourth place, Svengali. That's a season 9 episode. In third place, we got Valentine's Day, which is season 13 episode. Second place, we got Branded.
Oh,
season
that's
12.
the best one.
A great one. And then Can't Be Held Accountable got 37%, which is the one that we discussed. So you guys should go check that out. It was a great episode, and I'm really excited for like the
Second
part
half.
2.
Yeah.
Right. This week, though,
Yes.
we got a new poll for you guys because we'll be back next week. Fun, so exciting. Talk
Doing
about,
the episode?
yes,
Second episode.
Second episode. So our poll this week is, what is your favorite episode with sort of like an entertainment industry sort of spin on things,
Yes.
or a very prominent character who is in the entertainment industry? So we have Father Shadow, which we've, kind of mentioned in this after show, which is season 13, episode 13. That's one of my favorites. It has Miranda Lambert in it.
Yeah.
It has the
The
kid
guy who
from
likes,
Shameless.
and the guy who likes Sheerling. That's where we meet him.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
just such a good. It's one where Olivia is like goes in and tries to talk him down because he's basically holding her hostage. I just think this is such a good one. I don't like something about it. Just like I have such a love for this episode.
I have a love for the guy who likes Sheerling because it comes back. Like, first of all, he ends up, we meet him later. He is William Lewis's roommate in the halfway house and colleague. And then we see him again in jail. And then Finn brings him up when he's like, my favorite is that guy who we thought was humping a dead body. And he was like, I just like Sheerling.
Yeah, this is such a wild episode from start to finish, but it's so good. I might rewatch that tonight, to be completely honest with you. We also have Producers Back End, which is season 16, episode 3.
Oh, Producers Back End is the one it's the Lindsay Lohan / Amanda Bynes story. And that one is crazy.
Yeah.
I really like that one.
And then we have your favorite.
Agent Provocateur!
Yeah, which is season 16, episode 11.
Yes, that one is the James Franco episode where the 15-year-old girl is in a suitcase in the beginning. And it's because she went to meet this actor that she really likes. And Patti LuPone is a guest star in that one.
Yeah, it's a good one. And then we, of course, have this one, which we've been talking about for the past, 45 minutes or so hopefully you know the plot to it.
You better.
I'm Gonna Make You a Star, season 21 premiere.
That title.
Yeah.
I really wish...
Did he ever say it?
I don't think he did.
I would have loved that, because that would have been so cheesy.
I really would have liked it if he would have been like...
I'm gonna make you a star.
Yeah, really creepy. I would have liked it if he had said it. And if he did say it, We didn't catch it. I will say Lizette points out that there's no animals talked about in this episode.
What a bummer.
Which is a surprise because last season rabbits were the theme.
Rabbits.
So yeah, good call on that. I guess that's our challenge to you, viewers, is to pay attention to the animals.
Find the animals in every episode.
Oh man, I just really like Sheerlick. So good.
That's a great episode.
Okay. I don't have any news this week or real SVU news, but let's head into predictions.
Yeah.
Have you seen the second episode
I
yet?
have not. I've waited because I've wanted to. I like it fresh when I talk about it.
Okay, then let me tell you what the trailer tells
Yes.
us. We have a victim with no memory, a controversial technique to help her remember that may ruin the case or something like that. And it's guest star Ariel Winter from Modern Family. That's the trailer. So the plot is a girl has no memory but thinks that she was assaulted.
Interesting. I wonder if it's going to be one of the weird science-y type things. You know, it's like the weird therapies that people will kind of introduce to try to help her remember. Or maybe, I don't know.
Oh, don't get hung up on the controversial technique.
Okay. I'm not sure then.
It definitely did not feel controversial when I saw it.
Okay. Well, I'm excited to see it.
I really am excited to see Ariel Winter in a role that is not her role from Modern Family.
I agree. She's a great actress, and I think that she's a pretty big fan of the show, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like I've heard her mention it before.
Oh, interesting.
So it's exciting. I love it when Hollywood fans get to go on. I'm like, you're living everyone's dream.
That's funny. I'm very excited for it. I can't make any predictions because I've seen.
Do you remember what you thought might happen when you saw the trailer?
When I saw the trailer, no.
Okay, fair enough.
Because the trailer felt like I understood there was a girl who was attacked and doesn't remember.
Yeah.
That's it. So I was like, cool, that's the story.
That's why I'm struggling too. I think there's going to keep being growing pains between Carisi's new role, though, definitely. Mm-hmm. And some more friction with Hadid.
That's, I guess, my big prediction is that at some point going down the line, I would say probably my prediction is that when we come back for the new second half of the season, that's where it's going to pay off.
Yeah, I agree. Because I think we're building to it, at least from the second half of the first half of the season.
The episodes we covered.
And so I can only imagine that it's going to build in the ones that I haven't seen from the first half. It's going to slowly get to where it kind of explodes.
Because she seems corrupt, right?
Yeah. Or there's something. There's just something there.
So that needs to pay off.
Yeah, for sure.
Because otherwise, I mean, look, she can win me over. We've seen many characters win me over.
But I don't think that's where it's going.
I don't either. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody, for the season 21 premiere after show. Again, I am Yael Tygiel. Taylor, where can everyone find you in the poll?
Yes, you guys can find me on Twitter at alphabet_Ann and on Instagram at Taylor_Gaze_.
Awesome. You can find me everywhere at Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIEL. And we'll be back next week to cover episode 2.
Woo!
No, that's 4.
I love this stupid joke. Bye!
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.